Hey everybody, welcome to the Warrior Fasting System, video number 3. And in this video, I'm going to specifically address 48-hour fasts. Much like the 16-8 protocol with time-restricted eating, the 48-hour fast has become a quite popular trend over the past several years, and for good reason too. Every single time you go through about a 4-hour fasting block after you get to 12 hours, various things start to happen in your body. For example, once you hit 16 hours, your fat burning starts to go up. Once you hit 18 hours, your HGH levels start to incline. Once you hit 24 hours, you start getting that massive stem cell dump in your gut, and you start hitting autophagy. And to refresh your memory on autophagy, this is basically when your body starts breaking down bad cells in your system for energy. The ones that cause disease, the ones that cause inflammation, the ones that are related to brain function issues, pretty much everything you could possibly imagine under the sun. It's all because of rogue cells starting to clump together in your system. Some people call them free radicals, some people call them rogue cells, but the bottom line is autophagy occurs when you hit a certain hour of fasting, which is usually around 24, and your body starts to break these bad cells down for energy, and it spares the good cells. Then once you hit about 36 hours, autophagy is like 300% higher than it was before you start the fast. And that is one of the key and main reasons why people like to do 48-hour fasts, because they want to guarantee themselves they're going to hit autophagy. Now, there are some variables involved with hitting autophagy harder or stronger than other people. For example, if you're already fat adapted, if you've been doing time-restricted eating for a while, if you've been working out in a fasted state for a while, and you eat clean, all rolled into one, your body is already adapted to fasting. When you go into a longer fast like 48 hours, you're definitely going to hit autophagy probably around 24 hours, and by the time you get to 48, your autophagy is going to be through the roof. Now, in the event you eat, everything under the sun, you eat late at night, you have a poor diet, you have a lot of extra weight to lose, it can take you longer than 24 hours to really hit autophagy. In fact, some people don't even hit it until 2 or 3 days down the road of fasting. But under general circumstances, usually you can start scratching the surface of autophagy at 24 hours. And in fact, you can even start scratching the surface at 16 hours if you do all those things I mentioned before. If you already eat clean, if you're constantly doing time-restricted eating, if you work out in a fasted state, and you just pay attention to your fasting protocols, you can definitely hit autophagy earlier. However, the deep autophagy starts at about 24 hours. Also, you're going to recognize accelerated fat loss in a 48-hour fast. Like I said before, your fat burning starts going up at 16 hours. And just think of it ramping up the whole entire time that you're doing that 48-hour fast. And don't listen to the influencers and the skeptics and the people out there that say fasting slows your metabolism down, you don't burn any fat, you don't burn any calories and all these other things. Absolute nonsense. Metabolism goes up, your fat burning goes up, you're going to feel amazing. Now, some tricks of the trade are eat sea salt during your fast. Make sure to drink plenty of water. Some people like to consume electrolytes that are calorie-free, which won't necessarily break a fast. Personally, when I do a 48-hour fast or longer, I rely on water and sea salt and that's it, and I park all my supplements and everything because I want to get as much of an autophagy hit as I possibly can. Now, when you're working out and doing a 48-hour fast, your first day that you're doing the fast, you're going to be totally fine because it's basically just like a time-restricted eating protocol that day. But on your second day, you may notice that your aerobic and anaerobic capacities are a little bit lower than normal. You might be huffing and puffing more. You may have a feeling of a loss of strength, but you're not really losing strength. You're just struggling a little bit more with your aerobic capacity, and it causes you to have a little bit less juice when you're doing beefcake exercises. In fact, I never really notice a change in strength when I'm doing a 2-day fast, 48 hours. Other things you might notice is your brain function is going to be through the roof. You're going to sleep like a rock on your second day. Your gums are going to feel better. Your mouth is going to feel better. Your teeth are going to feel whiter. The whites of your eyes are going to feel whiter and look whiter. You're going to become hyper-focused with your eyesight. All these are ancillary benefits that I absolutely love, and that's a big reason why when I do a 48-hour fast, I get really excited on day 2. That and the fact that I get to eat that night. Now, speaking of eating, let's talk about that. Once you get to about a 48-hour fast, I don't suggest you have like a huge Chinese buffet to break your fast with. That can lead to disaster pants, my friend. And I don't think I need to go into stark detail about what that is or what that means. Let's just say if you have a huge meal, you do subject yourself to having a laxative effect. Let's put it that way. And that's no bueno. The best way to break a 48-hour fast or longer is to have a small meal. Something that's easily digestible, easily recognizable, and is going to sit well in your gut. That's going to re-stimulate your digestive process, and it's not going to be too much too fast. For example, it could be a bowl of bone broth with some really steamed vegetables. It could be soup by itself with steamed vegetables. Greek yogurt is really good with some berries in it. And some people like to resort to pure meat when they break a fast. I'm not a big fan of that because I think it's a highly digestive process to break down a chunk of meat. But overall, just know that you should have something small to break it and very digestible. Then about 2 hours later, have a manageable, balanced meal. Then you can have a small chicken breast with some steamed vegetables and a salad, for example. And then see how your body does with that. And then the next time you do a 48-hour fast, just rinse and repeat. People sometimes ask me, what can I drink when I'm doing a 48-hour fast? Can I have coffee? Can I have tea? Technically, that won't break a fast, much like the electrolyte formulas won't. But again, for me, I want to give my body a complete 100% reset with no type of stimulation whatsoever. So just do the math. If you're drinking coffee or you're drinking black or green tea, there's going to be a stimulant effect to that. So you're causing your organs to work and go into motion. To me, that is kind of counterproductive when it comes to the really root reason why you want to do fasting in the first place. It's because you want to lose weight. It's because you want to flip switches. You want to get better brain function. You want to optimize your hormones. You want to have healthier skin. And you want to reduce the risk of all-cause mortality. By having the teas and the coffees and the electrolytes, I don't feel you can 100% grasp on to the full benefits of fasting. That's just my 2 cents. You can play it like you want to. As far as the frequency goes of a 48-hour fast, I love watching these influencers on social media talking about, I do a 48-hour fast every other day. I'll do 48 hours, then I'll eat one day, then 48 hours, I'll do 2 a week, 1 a week, every single week. That is way too much. Just do the math on this. When you're doing a 48-hour fast, your body's going into autophagy. Yeah, it's scavenging all the bad cells and it's breaking them all down. However, your organs go into buffer mode and your organs actually start to atrophy. Yes, that is true. After you hit about 48 hours. Do you really want to trigger them that often? Do you really want to put your organs into atrophy, also known as threat, that often, every single week, every 3 days? No, it's nonsense. My suggestion is utilize the tools you've learned so far. Utilize time-restricted eating regularly. Throw in an OMAD every now and then, once a week, twice a week if you want. And then do a 48-hour fast once a month. And you're good to go. In fact, if you followed a pattern like that, 16-8 all the time, and did a 48-hour fast once a month, I am guessing you'd be able to really flip some switches, reverse some aches and pains you've had for a while, really boost your brain function, really optimize your hormones, improve your sexual function, improve your sleep function, just like everything under the sun. So that's kind of how I would use the protocol if I were you. There you have it. There is the 411 on 48-hour fasts. Work your way up to them, utilize them once a month or so, and watch the benefits happen. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and tell all your friends and family about it. And I will see you in the next video.